A lot of people just automatically default to a diet being a negative thing and a diet being a stressful thing and a diet being something where I can't eat what I enjoy and I can't eat this because I'm not allowed to have carbs or I'm not allowed to have whatever. I'm not allowed to have pickles. So an elimination diet that's the customizable approach. You're not restricted. I'm not restricted. I don't feel restricted at all. I don't feel restricted any day. There's not a single day where I go through my life where I feel restricted with food. I eat the foods that I know work best for my body, and I'm still experimenting. I can easily eat a fucking whole watermelon and be on the toilet just like shitting watermelon. That's not a good approach. I can definitely have binge eating tendencies. I think most people that train hard can, overeat a food that they, you eat too much watermelon. That's not like it's not gonna end well. So I've had those days. I love fucking watermelon. I train hard and I use a lot of calories and I love certain things. I don't restrict myself from the foods that my body loves. Now, how much watermelon, the volume, that's a whole different story. I shouldn't be eating a whole fucking watermelon. I should be eating part of it. But yeah, it doesn't always happen that way, fam. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes you get a little poundy McPounderson and daddy overdoes it. And I fucking overdo it and I'll eat like a whole fucking watermelon and that can be messy, if you know what I'm saying. But that being the case, it's important to look at your nutrition from a positive standpoint, not from a negative. You're not restricting in a bad way. You're giving your body stuff proactively in the best way. You're giving food items to your body that will be optimal for your success. And that's really all you're trying to do. And you're adjusting, depending on your programming, you're adjusting depending on, what you have access to or how you feel. And that's going to change. That's going to look differently. That's going to look differently today than it will in 5 years. Your goals are going to change. My goals for fitness and my goals for what I do for execution, for training and nutrition is different than it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I was trying to get as big as I possibly could. Now I don't want to get as big as I possibly can because I know how I felt when I was bigger. I know what it's like for the stress on the body. I don't think it's something that should be maintained long term. I think there is easily diminishing returns. And now that I have that base, I need to think more longevity before it catches up to me. And I'm one of those guys that tried to hold on to his youth and tried to be strong until he's fucking 70 years old, like really strong, and went too heavy. And then all of a sudden something fucking broke because I got a little bit too hyped up on caffeine. And then all of a sudden I'm a 70-year-old guy that fucking blew out his back when I could have been someone that was actually looking from a longevity standpoint. It's very easy to look for short-term goals. And at any time, it's very easy to lose track and lose sight of where things are going. And I know I've been in the gym lifting heavy and I know what it's like to put stress on my body. And I'm not saying that I work out harder or have worked out harder than everyone in the world, but it's relative to your nutrition. It's relative to your sleep. It's relative to your goals. It's relative to what you do. And it's all relative. Your program, that's what a program is. That's what a training program is. That's what understanding your body is. That's what proper nutrition is. It has to match. It has to be congruent. What are you trying to accomplish? Psychologically, what makes you happy with your lifestyle, with what your priorities are, your nutrition, what do you have access to? What do you like to cook? What's the easiest to cook? What are you most consistent with? You have to find that Venn diagram where you have, okay, for nutrition, for example, this is a food that I like the taste of. This is easy for me to prepare. I can afford this, blah, blah, blah. And then you find where they overlap. And those are the foods that are going to be like the main focus. You're getting all your nutrients. Cool. They're easy for you to obtain. Cool. They're easy for you to cook and prepare and be consistent with. Cool. Like when they match and check off all those boxes, you're eating those foods most often. And once you find those things, then your nutrition doesn't become a question anymore. It's like, okay, it's time to fuel up. Let me eat this because you know you like it. And it's just a part of who you are. And that's all I've been cultivating over the last several months and last couple years. And doing this podcast every day has helped me hash through and work through a lot of my own personal, I guess, perception of my own fitness because I'm helping a lot of you work through your perception of your fitness because I've been in your situation. And hearing all your stories and hearing all your feedback and getting that kind of like interaction with you in Swole Enormous X and here on the podcast, it gives me a lot of perspective on where I am now, where I want to go. And I've kind of just been thinking a lot about a lot of different things. And it still comes back to if you focus on longevity and health primarily, not your aesthetics, you're going to do better. You're going to make better decisions on a day-to-day basis, which is what is most important. Those day-to-day decisions, those daily bricks that you're laying down. If you stray from that, guess what's going to happen? You are going to make shortcuts. You are going to go for those little quick fixes. And that's when shit starts breaking down. That's when you start making bad decisions because you're not thinking clearly. You're not being patient. You're not being tactical. You're just fucking doing shit and rushing around and flying around, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what you're doing. And you're trying to get abs quick. You're going on vacation, so you're trying to drop 10 pounds. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to cut corners, and you're going to pay for it. Whether you lose muscle mass, whether you feel like shit, whether you get sick, whether you hurt yourself, that's what happens. People try to push it too fast. They try to make life and nature and evolution and adaptation move faster than it wants to. And that's how you can really, fuck your shit up. Thanks for watching, fam. Make sure to subscribe to the Daily Swole podcast on YouTube so you can catch the live streams every single day.